Ryan Tallis is the main character of the book. She is presented from early in the book as this very naive kid that believes that she's always in the right, that believes she should be the center of attention, and that she should always be the main character and be in everyone's eyes. This is seen really early in the book when the kids are planning a play and she's not picked, or they don't pick her to be the main character in the play. And you can see from this point that she always wants to be there and she always wants to be in the center of attention. And as the book goes on, you can see that she's very certain about herself. She always believes she's in the right and that she has knowledge about everything, which leads her to believe she might be even older, and this develops into a love interest with Roby. She starts falling in love for him, and well, all these feelings and all these make her accuse Robbie for the rape of Lola. So later in the book, when all happens, and after Cecilia and Robbie separate from the family, and Bryony has been living with the family, and then we get to know that she separates from the family and becomes a nurse, and she continues to pursue her dream of being a famous writer. And we can see early on this part of the book, on this second part of the book, how she has matured from her self-pityness and from this naive child to this woman that's seeking redemption. She's seeking to right wrongs that she made in her past, as can see in the last parts of the book when she goes looking for Cecilia and Robbie and asks for them for forgiveness. And later we know that she's actually the one that writes the book, and she tells the story. And it's normal to see how she tries to become a better person. And now that she's like this old lady that's been that has dementia, she tries to recall this important parts of her life and become better.
Well, hi, my name is Andres Moguel, and I will talk about Cecilia's feelings, or kind of problems. Well, to add context to Cecilia's problems, it is worth recalling that she's just returning from college, and she's seen as a problematic adolescent because she smokes too much, so she's kind of depressed. Until she meets her childhood friend called Robbie, and it is kind of weird because their first encounter, she strips off her clothes in front of him. So yeah, she's kind of a very impulsive girl that wants like everything by her way. And well, as time passes, she realizes that she's in love with his childhood friend Robbie, and they sent each other not like love letters; they're kind of sex letters. They have a very strange connection between them. And at this point, they have a very good relationship, and they begin their love story. So everything is butterflies and beauty. They have a relationship. They kiss, they hang out, until Robbie is accused of raping Lola, and he's sent back to prison. At this point, Cecilia feels devastated, as if her life was affected only by this event. And when they take Robbie to the prison, the last thing Cecilia said to him was that she will wait for him. So, he breaks the relationship with his family because her family had different points of view in this problem. And, as time passes, she's seen as a very independent woman, but she's really affected by this problem of raping Lola. And time later, his sister Cecilia tells the truth about Robbie, that Robbie didn't rape Lola, and both reacted very aggressively, and they say they didn't want to see never again Bryony, Cecilia's sister. So yeah, in conclusion, Cecilia is very problematic, but also very realistic with his environment, and yeah.
When we discussed Robbie Turner, Robbie Turner was raised like a brother to Cecilia and Leon. His father abandoned him when he was very young, and and he made it into the family of the Tallies. When he was young, he didn't really notice the social differences between him and the Tallies family. His education was paid for, and he proved to be very intelligent as well. Later, Robbie had fallen in love with Cecilia, and the relationship between them seemed normal so far. But when Bryony catches them having an intimate moment, it is perhaps then that his class matters most. Maybe if he had been in a higher class, maybe Bryony wouldn't have acted as she did. Maybe Bryony wouldn't have blamed him for the rape later on. And even when he was being accused, nobody even doubted that he committed the crime, but Cecilia and his mother. Maybe the reason that the Tallies were so willing to believe that he had raped Lola, it was because of his social class, because he was in a lower social class than the Tallies. Robbie's frustration increases when he goes to jail. He maintains contact with Cecilia, but his resentment with Bryony doesn't go away. When he gets offered to go to the military, he accepts, perhaps because he believed that social classes don't matter there. And as a matter of fact, when he's in there, he's respected for his intelligence and his ability in the military rather than his social class. Robbie's intelligence didn't really come because of his social class, but in context, but it was because of the context that he grew in, because his education was paid for and everything. Once he returned, he feels very betrayed by Bryony all along. Ever since she accused him of rape, he has felt a lot of resentment towards Bryony. He even in the book refuses to accept the apology of Bryony, and although we learn that Robbie died in war, the frustration that he carried in his life made a path for him. His social class followed him all along, except for the military. It ultimately followed him to his grave.